We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Earle, and it's a solo show today. Tim busy today, so it's just gonna be me running the ship. So it should be a fun show. We got a huge hockey slate to go over. 14 games in the NHL. We also have 7 games in the NBA and 2 games in the NFL. So this is going to be a long show. So let's quickly recap what happened yesterday. One went right and one went wrong in the world of sports betting, and then we'll get into today's slate. Swept the board in college basketball yesterday. Had one play, had the under 131 in Mount St. Mary's in Siena, and somehow, some way, that went under. At one point, the live line was 147.5. I thought that was dead in the water, and somehow it stayed under 131. So I was happy with that. So 1-0 in college basketball, up 0.4 units for me there. The NBA had 2 disgusting home underdogs, and they both won, or they both cashed. One won outright. Had the San Antonio Spurs. They lose by 5, so they cover the +7 there against the LA Clippers. And then we take the Lakers late, and I was thinking they were going to cover the spread. I did not think they were going to win that game outright and snap the 11-game winning streak of the Memphis Grizzlies. Actually, I think I said that during the show yesterday, joking around, be like, all right, yeah, the Lakers are going to. Didn't think they were actually going to win that one outright. So that was a nice little winner. 2-0 in the NBA, up 0.6 units. Those are both points. They're both are 1.2 units. They're both 0.6 unit plays for the NBA. And the NHL went 2-2, lost with the Ottawa Senators +131. Did cash the Colorado Avalanche -1. Their team total over, but the full game over did not get there because Vancouver only wanted to contribute 1 goal. So 2-2 in the NHL, finished down 0.25 units in hockey yesterday. No big deal. Small slate yesterday, huge slate today. I've already got a decent amount of looks. I've locked in 4 looks in the NBA, and I don't remember how many in the NHL yet, but definitely probably going to be adding a couple more after the show. A couple of spots I'm looking at, some goalie confirmations I definitely am interested in to see. I need to see if like Merce Leakins is confirmed in net. But let's head over to the chat. We'll say hi, and then we'll get into it. We have some divisional round football to talk about to start it off. 50-50. Yeah. Can you tell Tim email? And yes, good day yesterday. Yes, it was a good day yesterday. And I will tell Tim after the show to email it. We have 8 plays in the NBA or in college basketball for today. But we will get it kicked off here with some divisional round football. Here we have the Kansas City Chiefs. Shop around because I'm seeing some 9.5s pop up, which means there's probably some teaser liability here. And we all know what the teaser for today is going to be with most people. But we're seeing 9.5s across the board. A couple 9s out there. DraftKings has a 9. Bet99 has a 8.5 still available. I did lay 8.5 here points with the Kansas City Chiefs in this game. I also took their team total over 30.5 and the full game over 52. And looking at this spot here, we have Andy Reid off of a bye. We all know that fun trend. We have the Kansas City Chiefs, who are number 1 in the NFL in points per game this year. They put up 29.2 points per game this year. And Jacksonville, on the other side, they were top 10 in the NFL in points scored per game. They scored 23.8 points per game, which was 10th in the NFL. They gave up 20.8. So I can see them struggling here. They're coming in off of that big emotional win against the Chargers last week, coming back from down 27-7. To win the game definitely is going to take an emotional toll there, and I think this could be a tough game for them. Looking at it, I believe that Patrick Mahomes and that offense is going to do whatever they want against this Jacksonville defense, which is going to lead to them putting up, I say 40 points in this game. I think Kansas City puts up at least 40 in this one here. So I took the Chiefs. I laid the 8.5 with the Chiefs. I took the team total over, and I take the full game over. I got it at 52, the full game over here. I see this as a high-scoring affair. 40 points from the Chiefs. 41-20 is something my guess. I think this is a blowout. To be completely honest, if you get an 8.5, a 9, a 9.5, I don't think it matters because the Chiefs win this game by 20 points. So I'm looking at KC minus the 8.5. I'm also on the team total over and the full game over there. After the show, I'm going to miss. Yes, Syracuse minus 2.5. Let's see. Let's see. And then we have Syracuse minus 2.5. And then after that 1 o'clock game, we have over 129 with Stony Brook and UNCW. And we have under 122 with Missouri State and SIU. And that's all the games up until the 3 o'clock mark, which you should definitely have it by then. Actually, I do have access to it. I can send this to you. I can send this to all the peoples that need it. There we go. Believe that's it. There we go. All right, cool. I just sent them all out there for you guys. First quarter over 10. I think so. I think the Chiefs jump out early, and I think it's like 14-0 at the end of the first quarter. A new subscriber, very pleased. Awesome. I definitely appreciate you subscribing here. Rock'em Jayhawks. Who do they play today? There's so many college basketball games today. We have them as 6.5-point favorites against TCU. So do with that information as you please. I have that game at TCU at Kansas minus 6.5. Took Patrick Mahomes over 2 touchdowns. Rushing touchdowns? That's an interesting look. If you're looking for a 2-touchdown prop, Travis Kelce would be my pick. I think that he has a day against a Jacksonville defense that really struggles against the tight end position. All right. Should I take Chiefs first half? I wouldn't talk you off of that. Love it. Yo. Good day good day, but not the greatest day. I mean, not a perfect day, but a good day for Joe Kryptonite. Chiefs first half solo. Their team total over 14.5. Love it. I think they have 21 points by halftime. What's good, Markel? Thank you for the over in the Nets game. Smash them. Appreciate it. Under. Yeah, okay. I was going to say, I don't remember betting the Nets game yesterday. Tim did, but yeah, I believe he said the under in that game. First quarter, first half, full game. Over trifecta for Chiefs. Oh, so first quarter, first half, full game over. I don't mind that. I think the Chiefs jump out early. My only worry is how much do the Jags contribute to that? That's my main concern. Vanderbilt and Georgia. We have Vanderbilt as a 2.5, or we have Georgia as a 2.5-point favorite in that game. That's what we have projected for it. What's up, my guys? Let's get it. Let's cash today. Hit the like button. People show some appreciation. Subscribe and share. Tim, lots of NBA today. Let's find games. Let's find the value. We will be getting into the NBA in just a minute. We have the last of the 2 divisional round matchups for today. The New York Giants are at the Philadelphia Eagles in this game. Eagles are minus 7.5. Total 47.5 in this game here. Now, when this game opened up earlier in the week, everybody was on the Giants. That has now come back down to about even tickets, because I'm seeing about 50% of the tickets are about split tickets on the Eagles and the Giants. 55% of the cash is on the Eagles. 74% of the tickets and 77% of the cash is on the over, but yet this line's gone from 48 down to a 47.5. That's kind of interesting here, and that kind of makes me want to look towards an under in this game. The under 47.5 I think could be very interesting. Maybe a team total under for Philadelphia at 27.5. What is Jalen Hurts going to look like? He wasn't 100% healthy. The last time we saw him have a good game was against the Giants in week 14 when they won 46 or 48-22. But this Giants team has definitely improved since then. They're defensively, they look so much better. I think this could be potentially like a 24-20 type of Giants win. I like the Giants plus the points in this game, and I prefer to go the money line as well at plus 280. You can now get an 8 on this game with the Giants. I could see this as a game where the Giants keep the Eagles low. And that's kind of the way they're going to have to play this game, is they're going to try to have to keep that Eagles offense off the field. And so I see a lot of running from Saquon Barkley today, potentially, and a lot of running from Daniel Jones. Look at that Daniel Jones rush props. No, I'll never talk you off of those. I'm kind of interested in taking the Eagles team total under. It's a 27.5. I'm going to definitely note that here. that potentially that could be an add-on later in the day. So I'm looking at the Eagles team total under potentially as well, but I'm on the Giants here plus the points and the sprinkle on that money line. I like Georgia this morning. We did not get to that game. I like the Chiefs over and the Giants plus the points. I'm on the same page here. I really, really looks like Marcos. Yeah. Sorry, I took Goddard 2 touchdowns. Gross. I don't see it. I was dabbling a little bit in Japanese basketball, waiting for. Wow. Okay. Giants solo over 20 at the team total over 20. I can see it. That line movement's kind of been weird though, with all the money, all the tickets coming in on the over, but yet the line's dropped half a point after all the games went over last week. I'm really interested in either the under 47.5 or the Eagles team total under in this one. I think both go over. Both games go over today. I could see it. I do like the Chiefs a lot, but a lot of people are upping up on the Jags plus 8.5. I mean, yeah, look what they just saw. They just came back from 27-7. I mean, the public remembers what they last saw, so I could definitely see that. Would you take the Giants and Eagles over 10 points for? I think this could be a lower scoring game. Potentially, this is a under game for the day. So I lean under in this matchup. So I don't know. I don't know if I would. Who knows? I think in the first quarter, I could see the Eagles start out rusty and start slow. So who knows? People will be betting over. We'll be over betting the Eagles, man. Yes, I think so. Giants first quarter money line. Ooh. I like that look a lot. It's plus 185 on my book, so plus 250. Absolutely. Oh, that's the three-way money line. Yeah. Chiefs, Jaguars over 9.5 first quarter. I would lean that way. Absolutely. I think both NFL games go under today. That's an interesting look. I think the second one goes under. The first one does not. Who are we rolling with today? Sabre or not? In hockey, I played the Ducks team total for this matchup. For the early game. I'll save my new profile picture when I do well in NHL again. That's fair. We will move into the NBA here. We got 7 games in the NBA. We'll try to go through these, and then we will get into some hockey for the big slate there. The Boston Celtics are at the Toronto Raptors in this game. The Celtics are -1 in this one, total of 225.5. I have this game at Celtics -3, so it's a 2-point lean towards the Celtics for me here. And I have this game at 231.5. I like the over in this game. I grabbed over 225.5 here at Boston and Toronto. I see a nice little value here, and both these teams have slightly trended towards the over this year. 23-22-1 for the Celtics, so nothing crazy there. 25-20-1 for the Raptors. So I like the over 225.5 in this game. I had this game projected 6 points higher than the total. So I'm looking at the over for this game. Typing in for the banner here. There we go. We got it. Now we'll have a scroller here for that. There we go. All right. Back to the chat here. I like Sabres. Maybe goes over. Yeah, I would probably lean over. I would probably grab the over. If it's Comrie. I want if I'm going to be taking that over, I want Eric Comrie in net to like it even more, but I did see some value with the Ducks team total at 2.5. Just trying to pad my bankroll. NFL starts late. Yeah, I'm with you on the Raptors. I like the over. Not interested in the side. Yeah. Nick, here's the move. Join with me. Bet the Giants money line first quarter, take the winnings, put it on the second half money line, and take the winnings and putting on the full game money line. You crazy SOB, I'm in. You know what game is Tim's best bet. Yes, I know what game is Tim's best bet. I have nothing personally in that game, so I will break it down. But because my numbers are different than Tim's numbers, so but I do know Tim's best bet is in that Cleveland and Milwaukee game. Wolves and Rockets over. I am on the Wolves. I'm on the Wolves. We'll get into my life. Lion is starting for the against the Wild. I love it. I grabbed the Wild at plus 104, and I grabbed the Panthers team total under 3.5. That's where I grabbed for today, for that game, for that one. All right, moving on along here. We have the Orlando Magic. They are at the Washington Wizards in this matchup here. The Wizards are 7-point home favorites. Total 229 in this game, 229.5. I have this game at a 226, so it's a 3.5-point lean towards the under for me in this game. And I have this game also at a 7.5. This was a no play for me. I don't see enough value to get involved with it. If I was going to take the under, I would want 230.5 for this one. Both these teams are slightly trending towards the overs in overall this year. So this was a stay off for me. Pass with the Wizards and the Magic. There we go. I was tripping last night. Should have taken the Raptors money line at plus 125. They're minus 104 this morning. Yeah. You like the Wizards under? Okay. I can definitely see it. My numbers lean that way. All right. Milwaukee Bucks are at the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cavaliers minus 1.5, total of 221 in this game. I have this game at a 217.5, so it's a 3.5-point lean towards the under in this one. Not enough for me to play it here. And I have this game at Cleveland minus 1. So this one ended up being a stay off for me in this game, as I see about a 0.5 point of value with Milwaukee and about 3.5 points of value with the under, but my totals need 4 points of value. My sides need 3 points of value for me to go ahead and bet it. So that is not a play I got involved with. This is not a game I got involved with. So this ended up being a pass here with the Cavaliers and the Bucks. We'll move on here. The Charlotte Hornets are at the Atlanta Hawks in this game. 7.5-point favorites are Atlanta, total 234.5. This is a second half of a back-to-back. Second half of a back-to-back here for the Atlanta Hawks. I have them as 7-point favorites with it, and I also have the projected total here at a 238.5. So 4 points of value here on the over, and I grabbed the over at 234.5 in this game. I see this as a high-scoring game. Both these teams have trended towards the overs this year. 26 overs, 20 unders for the Hawks, 24-22 for the Hornets. I see 4 points of value with it here. I'm going to go ahead, grab Atlanta, Charlotte over the total of 234.5. Alt line of the day, the Sixers, minus 9.5. Fair. Alex Lyon. Bobrovsky will miss at least 3 games. Okay. There we go. All right. I was just checking for some notifications because I get notifications for goalies and stuff like that. And I'm looking for a couple notifications to make some moves on hockey games. But we're talking basketball right now. We have the Minnesota Timberwolves. They're 8-point favorites against the Houston Rockets. The total is 237 in this game. I have this one at a 236.5. And I have this game at an 11. So I see 3 points of value with Minnesota in this one. And I took Minnesota here. Minus 8 against the Houston Rockets here at home. I see 3 points of value on the line. I've cashed a couple tickets in a row with the Minnesota Timberwolves. This has been a team that, even though they haven't covered that well this season, they've covered well recently. When we look at what they've done as of late here, let me get up my NBA numbers for their recent games here. T-Wolves have been, they're 7-3 in their last 10 games, and they're 7-3 ATS. They're 3-1 ATS in the last 4 games. So this has been a team that has been playing better as of late, and they got an opponent that they can do whatever they want against here at the Houston Rockets, which the Rockets have been an absolute train wreck. 0-10 in their last 10 games, 1-9 ATS. You just wake up and fade the Rockets, and you'll be good. 4-20 road record here for the Houston Rockets. So definitely not a team I'm looking to back here. And this was a pretty simple play for me. I like the T-Wolves even laying 8 points in this game. I think this should be double digits. Okay. Sharks money line. I need to see a goalie for that one here. Perfect. We have 2 more games in the NBA before we get into the NHL. Phoenix Suns are 5.5-point home favorites with a total of 229.5 in this game. My numbers for this one was Phoenix -9, so 3.5 points of value here on the Suns in this game. And I have this game at a 228, so 1.5 point leaning towards the under in this spot. Now, looking at this matchup here, the Suns have struggled as of late, but so have the Pacers. And the Suns have covered in 3 of the last 4 games. They were underdogs in all those games. Now they're laying 5.5, but my numbers say there should be 9-point favorites in this game. This Indiana Pacers team is starting to fall apart a little bit here. They're 3-7 in the last 10 games, 4-6 ATS. I like Phoenix here at this 5.5 number. I think this is a reasonable price for them. So we go ahead and grab the Suns here at -5.5. Which will bring us into our last game of the NBA slate. Philadelphia 76ers are at the Sacramento Kings here in this game. 2-point favorites are the Sixers, total of 235 in this matchup here. I had this game at a -2 for the Sixers, so I think this side's right. And I had this game at a 236.5, 1.5 point lead towards the over in this game. The Suns I'm looking at the wrong game. The Kings are 7-3, 6-3-1 ATS. This season, or the last 10 games. On the other side, the Sixers are 8-2. They're 5-5 ATS. They are coming in on a second half of a back-to-back in this one. So definitely something to keep an eye out for there. But this game ended up being a pass for me. So I only have 4 plays in the NBA today. I'm on the Boston Celtics, Toronto Raptors over the total of 225.5. Charlotte, Atlanta over 234.5. The Timberwolves -8 and the Suns -5.5 are my 4 plays in the NBA for today. Heading over to the chat. I know it's NBA, but Ingram, the new Vemelka? I don't know about that, but we will get into some NHL now. We got the brunch game, the early game. This is a 12:30 game between the Buffalo Sabres and the Anaheim Ducks. We have the Sabres as whopping -270 favorites in this game with a total of 6.5 in this one. I have Gibson and UPL projected. I'm hoping to see Comrie. If it's Comrie, I'll take a full game over as well. He's definitely not been very good this year. 4-8, 3.67 goals allowed average, 883 save percentage. So I definitely want to see Comrie with this game. Will make me love my bet even more. I got the Ducks team total over. I have this game projected 3.89 to 3. And there was no value on the Sabres here. There's no value in the Sabres whatsoever. They're priced way too high, and I get it. This is the Anaheim Ducks. Cool. I lean over in this game, full game over. But for right now, for me, it's just the Ducks team total over at 2.5 at $1.20. That's where I am seeing the value in this game. And the Ducks have been a little bit better as of late with overs. This is a team that's 8-2 to the over in the last 10 games. And they have scored at least 3 goals in 2 of the last 3 games. They were giving up a lot of goals. That's why they were going over in games. But last game, they scored 5 against Columbus. They scored 3 against Pittsburgh on the 16th as well. I see Buffalo probably winning this game, which is why I'm going with the team total over rather than a money line. But I wouldn't talk you off a little bit of Ducks money line to start the day. I think that could be an interesting look. Especially if it's going to be Comrie in net. Plus 237, I think, is worth the stab here with the Anaheim Ducks. So I'm going to lean towards the Ducks in this game. I just think the Sabres are not a -270 favorite versus anybody right now. So I'm on the Ducks team total over. I may take a stab at the money line as well. Kings are on a back-to-back. Sixers cakewalk. There we go. Sabres need to shake out. If lost, then bye-bye. I wouldn't say that. Ooh. No. Ducks team total over. Yes, I like the Ducks team total over in this game. -270 playing all. Yeah, I'm not interested in the -270. I can't believe this. I missed out on the Ducks team total over last game versus the Blue Jackets. Yeah. Lakers game last night was rigged. I don't care. I cashed it. It is what it is. I took the Ducks plus 220. Now it's plus 235. I'm going to let this line climb. If I can get plus 250 with the Ducks, I'll be thrilled. I can see this as one of those Sabres don't show up type of games. NBA is so corrupt. Raptors win to the Celtics. Hey, I'm not an NBA guy. I'm not a huge NBA guy. I cap the games or whatever, but I'm not a huge NBA guy. We'll move on here. The line has moved a little bit with this one here. We have the Calgary Flames. They're hosting the Tampa Bay Lightning. This is around minus 107 for the Flames, minus 103 the opposite way with the Lightning in this game. The Lightning have been playing some really good hockey as of late. It's Vasilevsky and it's Marks. I'm projecting Vasilevsky, Markstrom. It could be Vladar. Not 100%, and I really don't care. Markstrom grades out better than Vladar, so if it's Markstrom, if it's Vladar, it makes me like my play even more. I have this game projected 3.1 to 2.69 in favor of the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Lightning are a bet-on team for me right now. This is a team that is putting up some really good offensive numbers. And I mean, they're averaging 3.75 expected goals for the last 10 games and 2.94 against. Now, granted, the Flames defensive numbers taking out the last 2 games recently have been awesome as well. They're only giving up 2.6 expected goals against the last 10 games. But offensively, I think that the Lightning are going to be able to do enough to win this game. I got them personally at plus 108. This line has moved through the pick'em. From the plus to the minus 20. So I'd probably take the Lightning up to a minus 110 in this game. I think the wrong team is favored in this matchup in this spot, and Tampa Bay is the better team, and they project better for me. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take the Lightning here. Money line is what I got them at plus 108. They're 7-3 in their last 10 games against a team that is struggling this season. And they're only 12-8-2 at home, the Calgary Flames. I do expect the Flames to pick it up sometime. Like, this is not going to be a Flames team that's going to struggle all year long. I have them plus 650 to win the Pacific. I grabbed that like a couple weeks ago. I think they are alive to win that division because Vegas is starting to struggle. The Kraken are going to come back down to earth. The Kings are inconsistent at goaltending. So I can see this is a Flames division that they could win. But with that being said, I like Tampa Bay for this game. Tampa Bay is bet on for me going forward. Lightning under. My numbers for this one had it projected for 5.7, so I slightly lean towards that. Yeah, took under. I don't mind that. 6 is just too. Yeah, 6. The 6 number is just too good to play play the over. Yeah. Fudge twice. I like Montreal again tonight. First to score and 3. I'm interested more in the under than I am the anything with that. Cole Caulfield is going to be getting surgery. I saw that this morning, so that's not very good here. There we go. Sharks, LA Kings. I'm interested in the Sharks. I'm interested in the Preds. Over 6.5. For the Lightning game. I don't know. I lean under in that game. So love seeing Sharks early. I need to know the goaltender for Columbus before betting that game. We'll get into the next one here. Minnesota Wild are at the Florida Panthers in this game. Wild, it's about a pick 'em in this one. Total of 6.5 in this game. Gustafsson confirmed, and it's actually going to be Lion. I have this game projected 3.2 to 2.75 in favor of the Minnesota Wild in this game. It's pretty simple. I want to back Gustafsson. He's been absolutely phenomenal this season, and Fleury's been a little bit of a sieve. Not going to lie. When we look at Gustafsson, 2.16 goals saved above average, a 926 save percentage. He's been absolutely phenomenal as of late. So if I'm going to be back in the Minnesota Wild, I need Gustafsson in net. He should be the starter. His numbers have been significantly better than Fleury's this year. And this is a Wild team where when he's in net, I'm going to look towards him a little bit more. I got the team total under for the Panthers in this game, as well as the Wild money line. I got Wild money line at plus 104. It's now down to a minus 101. And I got the Florida Panthers team total under 3.5 at minus 130. When we look at what Gustafsson has done in net, he's been able to hold his opponents to not much. Here are your recent games with Gustafsson in net. 2 goals allowed against Washington. 1 goal allowed against the Islanders. 3 goals allowed, but one of them was an empty netter. So 2 goals allowed against St. Louis. 1 goal allowed against Tampa Bay. 1 goal allowed against Winnipeg. He did have that last game, the last game before. So since coming back from the Christmas break, the most he's given up in a game is 2. And I'm getting a 3.5 at only minus 130. I'm taking the Panthers team total under 3.5, and I get it. The Panthers have been scoring in bunches as of late. I lean towards the under in this game, full game under as well. The Wild have been a good under team this year. They just gave up 5 goals to the Carolina Hurricanes, so I expect a better defensive effort in this one. I have this game projected for 5.95 goals, so it's a strong lean towards the under 6.5 in this game. I prefer the team total under with the Panthers rather than the full game under 6.5. I see a little bit more value with that. But I'm on the Minnesota Wild here at plus 104 is what I got him at, and I got the team total under for the Florida Panthers as well. Took the Panthers minus 1.5. All right, that's fair. I mean, you know my track record with the Wild, so who knows? Toronto Maple Leafs are at the Montreal Canadiens in this one here, minus 285 for the Leafs in this game. That's just an insane price for this Leafs team to be laying on the road in Montreal. Total 6.5. I had this game projected 3.03 to 2.74 in favor of the Toronto Maple Leafs. 5.77 goals projected in this game. Montembeault has been good. That's one thing that has been kind of saving this Montreal Canadiens team defensively. They've been giving up a lot of chances, but Samuel Montembeault has been really good recently. On the other side, Matt Murray, it could be Samsonov. They're interchangeable on my numbers to have them barely different. This is a spot here. I like the under 6.5, and I know these two teams can score a lot. And Montreal is a team that has been giving up goals, but I trust Montembeault in this spot to keep this game under. 3 of the last 4 games for Montreal have gone under as well. Both these teams have been solid under teams this year. So I'm going to look for that. And I also lean towards Toronto team total under. At 3.5, I think is not a terrible look here for the Maple Leafs to go under 3.5 at plus 130. I think that's an interesting look. Nice plus money for them to go under 3.5 goals. I'm going to stay off that one and just play the under 6.5 because I can see this being a 4-1 Leafs win. So I just took the under 6.5 here between Montreal and Toronto in this one. Over to the chat. All my other night NHL plays will be pending. Fair. We get into an interesting one here. And I need the goalie confirmation because I believe there is a difference between Merzlikins and Tarasov when it comes to the Columbus Blue Jackets. Tarasov's numbers have been much better this year. And if it's Merzlikins, I'm looking on a full fade of him. I'm projecting Merzlikins and Reimer. This is a front end of a back-to-back for the Sharks. So we could see Kakinen. I like the over in this game. I lean over 6.5. I lean Sharks. I lean Sharks team total over. But once again, it needs to be Merzlikins in net for me to pull the trigger on that. Because if it's Tarasov, that kind of makes me want to look the other way. Because I have Tarasov as a slightly above league average goalie. He's had 38.24 expected goals against, and he's only given up 37 goals. And I think this line would be correct if it's Tarasov. But if it's Merzlikins, I'm interested in taking and laying a little bit of a price here with the Sharks. Sharks are a better road team than they are home team as well. That's one thing that we have noticed this year is that they struggle in the Shark Tank. But on the road, they're slightly better. They're 12-10 on the they're 9-11-2 on the road this year, the Sharks. And they're 5-12-7 at home this year. So this is a team that struggles on the at home, but on the road is probably where you want to back them here. I'm looking Sharks in this game. Sharks money line, team total over, full game over type of thing. If it's Merzlikins in net, who is my worst graded goalie. Shocker. You're on Columbus. Puck line. Of course you are. Probably on the Wings here too, because I'm on the Flyers. The Detroit Red Wings here, minus 140 against the Philadelphia Flyers here, total 6 in this spot. And this is a tough spot here, I believe, for the Red Wings. I have Ville Husso and Carter Hart, the projected goalies in this one. 3.29 to 2.53 projected score in favor of the Philadelphia Flyers in this game. I think the wrong team is favored in this spot. This is just a tough scheduling spot as well for the Detroit Red Wings, who are coming in off of a 3-game West Coast road trip where their last game was a win in Vegas, 3-2 against the Golden Knights. Previous to that, they lost to Arizona, they lost to Colorado, and now they get to come home and play a Philadelphia team that had been playing well, but just lost to the Chicago Blackhawks in their last game 4-1. But all of a sudden, this Philadelphia team's not been playing terrible. They're at 45 points now, which they are 2 points behind the Buffalo Sabres. Imagine that. So this team all of a sudden playing well. I've been backing them a decent amount this season and a decent amount during this run. I am on the Flyers here, plus 122. And I took a shot with the team total under 3.5 here with the Detroit Red Wings as well, thinking that this is a game where they come out slow, looking for a better defensive effort from the Flyers after giving up 4 against the Chicago Blackhawks. So I'm looking at the Philadelphia Flyers here. Money line I got them at plus 122, and I got the team total under 3.5 with the Detroit Red Wings here at minus 135. Montreal just lost. Yeah. They just lost Caulfield. That sucks. He was a fun player to watch, and he was somebody I liked betting props with when I liked Montreal. Now I have no other night plays until further notice. Okay. I forgot I did CJ. Fair enough. We'll move on here. This one's a game I have circled that I kind of want to bet, but I'm nervous to bet, which probably I don't know what that means. But we have the New York Islanders. They're taking on the Carolina Hurricanes here. It's in New York. The Hurricanes are pretty significant road chalk here, minus 165. Total 5.5 in this game. I have really no interest in the total. I have Frederik Andersen and Ilya Sorokin projected in net for today. Let's see if I know Sorokin's confirmed, or he's probable, and Anderson's probable as well. All right, and I have this game closer to a pick'em. I project this game close to a pick'em. Sorokin, I believe, has the goaltending advantage over Anderson. Sorokin, after being named an All-Star the other night, this could be a nice little masterclass for him tonight. I had this game projected 2.86 to 2.85 in favor of the Islanders. Projected total of 5.71 goals. So I don't really want too much to do with the total in this game. As much as I want to look towards the Islanders here at plus 150 as a home underdog in this game. The under 5.5 is minus 111. I wouldn't be surprised if this hits a 5. Actually, there has been money coming in on the over a little bit in this game, so that makes a little bit of sense that money would come in on that. But I'm interested in the New York Islanders here in this game at plus 149. I know they've struggled against Carolina in the past, and this Islanders team looks lost right now. They're 2-5-3 in their last 10 games. Hurricanes coming in off of a 5-2 win over the Minnesota Wild, and now they get to travel up to New York, and then they get 4 days off, and then they get a couple days off, and then they play next in Dallas on the 25th. So they have a nice little break after this. The Islanders are coming in off of another overtime loss against the Buffalo Sabres in their last game. After this, they head on the road to play Toronto and Ottawa before heading home to play Detroit and Vegas. So this has a feel that this should, I can't say it's a get-right game because this is a tough matchup for the Islanders here, but I don't know if they should be I don't know if the Hurricanes should be $1.65 favorites on the road here. So I am interested in the New York Islanders here at plus 149 in this game to look to upset as a favorite here. Thanks to Nick, Wild lost. Nah, whatever. But I'm interested in the Islanders here in this game. Moving on, LA Kings are at the Nashville Predators. Predators are $1.15 favorites with a total of 6 in this spot. Looking at my projections here for this game, I have this one projected for Saros and for Copley. Oops, I clicked a different day. There we go. I have this game projected 3.28 to 2.85. So I project this to be more like Preds minus 130, minus 135. I think Nashville is a team I'm going to make a move on today. I like UC Saros. We're starting to see Copley come back down to earth a little bit. And this LA team, I'm very hesitant with this LA team because they seem to be a very tricky team for me to figure out. Same with this Nashville Predators team. Preds have been decent at home, 11-7-3. So they're one game over 500 at home. The Kings are 11-7-4 on the road. So I am interested a little bit in the Nashville Predators in this game, especially if UC Saros is in net. So I'm going to lean toward the Preds here. I might make a move with the Preds after the show. So I'm right now looking at Sharks, Preds, and Isles as potential add-ons for today. I think this could be an interesting spot for the Nashville Predators to go and get a win against the LA Kings. Next up, we have a game I'm not really looking too much at. The Arizona Coyotes are at the Dallas Stars. The Stars are 3.30 favorites in this game with a total of 6. Let's take a look at what my projection is for this game. I have this one projected 3.32 to 2.29 in favor of the Stars. So I think this line's probably still wide, but not enough. Not something I'm interested in going to backing. Connor Ingram and Jake Ottinger are projected in net, 5.61 projected goals in this game. If I were to play anything, it's the under. Not a game I particularly have too much interest in. Coyotes have struggled as of late, 1-9 in their last 10 games, so not particularly a team I'm looking to back, even at a big price tag here. They are 6-19-3 on the road this year, so they've struggled on the road. This is a pass for me. No particular interest in backing Arizona, even at this price. Chat, wake, yeah, right. It is what it is. It's a big slate, and we have 25 viewers, so. Guys, let me know what you guys think in the chat below for these hockey games. We'll move on, though. Chicago Blackhawks are at the St. Louis Blues in this one. Blues are minus 220 favorites. Total of 6. And don't look now, the Blackhawks are playing some decent hockey at the moment. They have won 5 of their last 6 games. And in all of those games, except for in 5 straight games, they put up at least 3 goals. So this is a Chicago team that is bettable at the moment. And they're getting a big plus price tag here in this spot with the plus 180. I have this game projected 3.66 to 2.96 or 2.98. I think there's some value here looking at the Chicago Blackhawks team total in this spot in this game because St. Louis is a team that can give up goals, and they have given up goals this year. The Blackhawks are scoring goals at the moment. Blackhawks team total is 2.5. I'm definitely interested in that. I did play the full game over 6. That's the play I have bet in this game so far. I am interested in the Blackhawks team total at 2.5 at only minus 110. I think that is an intriguing price tag. But I'm going to go ahead and take the over 6 in this spot. I think we get at least 3 from the Blackhawks, and I think we can get 3 from the Blues as well. And this game goes over the total. So got the over. Looking at the Blackhawks team total over. Blackhawks bounce back. The Blackhawks won last game. So there's no bounce back for them. They're playing well. I'm down for it, yeah. Definitely not on the Hawks, but I will find something for it. Hashtag fade ice X. I think the Blackhawks put up 3 in this game, so I'm definitely interested in their team total in this spot. So definitely going to look toward that. But we'll move on here. Edmonton Oilers are at the Vancouver Canucks. The Oilers are minus 185 road favorites with a total of 7 in this game. And looking at this spot here for me, I have Stuart Skinner projected against Spencer Martin. Spencer Martin's been horrible, but this is the second half of a back-to-back. They played Colin Delia last night, so it's definitely going to be him today. I have this game projected 4.58 to 2.96 in favor of the Oilers, 7.54 projected goals in this game. I played the Oilers team total over 3.5. It was $1.55, but when I have them projected for 4.5 goals, I see value in that play. So even at minus 155, I took the Oilers team total over in this spot. And I also like the full game over 7. I got that at plus 102. I usually don't play 7s over. I'll look for those 6.5s. But for this game, I see this game having 8, 9, 10 goals in this one. I see this as a high-scoring affair. Where we get at least 3 goals from each side, potentially. I believe that Vancouver will contribute a little bit here, especially if it's Campbell. I can see them contributing a little bit as well. I could see a 6-3 type of game. So I'm looking at the Oilers team total over 3.5 in the full game, over 7. Looking for a high-scoring affair in this one. Canucks are my new torture team along with the Red Wings. Well, you keep backing them, and they suck. That's the problem. This Canucks team is pretty simple to bet against, or pretty simple to bet their games. Opponent team total over, full game over, you move on. This is a team that gives up a lot of goals, can score some goals sometimes. So that is a spot there. They've become pretty predictable. Washington Capitals are at the Vegas Golden Knights, second to last game of the day. Pick them for this one, total of 6. I like the Washington Capitals in this game. This is a team, or this is more of a fade of the Vegas Golden Knights. But, I mean, the Capitals are playing well. Darcy Kemper is playing amazing this year. I believe he has 5 shutouts, which leads the NHL. 0.89 goalie rating. Thompson's regressed back down to an league average goaltender, 1.01 goalie rating. 3.26 to 2.48 is my projected score for this game. So I see the wrong team is favored in this spot. I got plus 108 with the Capitals last night. You can get them at minus 105. I would take them up to minus 110. This is very similar to earlier in the day with the Tampa Bay Lightning, where I got them at a plus price, and you can get them at basically a pick 'em price now. But I would still take them up to a minus 110, minus 115. So I like the Washington Capitals in this game. This team has been playing well. They've won the expected goal battle in 4 straight games against a struggling Vegas team that did not play great last game either. They're coming in on a 3-game losing streak to the Edmonton Oilers, the Dallas Stars, and the Detroit Red Wings. So this is a team that's definitely struggling as of late. And I'm going to look to fade them again here. And this is exactly what I was worried about with Vegas this year is half their team is hurt. Their blue line's beat up, and they're missing Mark Stone. They're missing a couple players. They're not healthy right now. So this is a fade team for me going forward. The Vegas Golden Knights, they've really struggled as of late. I'll take the Capitals here at a pick 'em price. I think that the wrong team's favored. Over to the chat here. It is Gibson. Okay, that's fine. I don't mind that at all. I'm seriously tempted in on that Anaheim money line. I really am. Colorado Avalanche are against the Seattle Kraken in this one here. Kraken minus 115, total of 6 in this game. And this is a no play game for me. Colorado coming in on a second half of a back-to-back. It could be Frankie today. I have this game at a pick 'em 3.12 to 3.12, so it's a slight lean towards the Avalanche. I have this game projected for 6.25 goals, so it's a slight lean towards the over for me in this game. Wasn't enough for me to bet it. I see some regression coming for the Seattle Kraken. I definitely could see them regressing soon. Defensively, they've not been great the last 3 games. They've given up at least 4 expected goals in all 3 of them. They've been outplayed in their last 3 games. They've actually been outplayed a decent amount recently. But this is a Seattle team I do expect some regression from going forward. And this is a Colorado team that they're back in form. I think this is the best time to grab some futures with them if you're interested in that. I think they're still very live to win the division. And if you want to grab Western Conference and Cup futures with them, this is a team when fully healthy can definitely go back-to-back and win the Cup. So lean towards Avalanche, lean towards the over. No play for me on either side or total. But that is the entire NHL slate. We made it through the entire 14-game slate for this one. We'll recap and then we'll head on out for this show. In the NBA, I am rocking with I'm scrolling through here. There we go. In the NBA, I am rocking with did I track any of these? Watching it live on this spot here. All right. I don't think I tracked any of my NBA yet. All right, cool. I'll go to my Twitter post because I definitely posted them up on Twitter. I am on the Minnesota Timberwolves -8. I'm on the Suns -5.5. I'm on the Celtics Raptors over 225.5. I am on the Hornets and Hawks over 234.5. In the NFL today, I'm on the Chiefs -8.5. I'm on their team total over 30.5. I'm on the full game over 52. And I'm on the Giants +7.5 and on the money line in this one as well. I'm also leaning towards the Eagles team total under 27.5. I think that could be an interesting look. And maybe we might get a better price with it later in the day. I was hoping for a 28, but 27.5. I think I can get behind that. I think this is a hard-nosed defensive matchup potentially. In the NHL, I am on the Ducks team total over 2.5. I'm leaning towards that money line. I am on the Tampa Bay Lightning. I'm on the Wild money line and the Panthers team total under 3.5. I'm on the under 6.5 with Montreal and Toronto. I'm on the Flyers money line and under 3.5 for the Wings. Over 6 Blackhawks and Blues with a lean towards the Blackhawks team total. Washington Capitals money line and the over. The team total over 3.5 and full game over 7 with the Oilers against the Canucks. Over to the chat, and then we'll head on out for this one. What we need to bet Sharks. Elvis Merzlikins to be confirmed for the Blue Jackets. Think of him like Patrick Corbin in baseball. Someone we just blindly fade, kind of. His numbers are that bad. LOL. But that is everything for today's slate. I want to thank you guys as always for watching. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you guys have not already. And turn on those post notifications so you guys are notified each and every time we are live here at ESB, which is every single morning, anywhere between 10 and 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Earle Sports Bet Show. That's going to just about do it for this one. I want to thank you guys as always for watching. Good luck today.